And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. Big storyline in this one is the recent struggles of today's starter. Just hasn't seemed to be. First pitch coming at you right after the break. About to get started here. And on the hill in this one, Jackson Jobe.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy is a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And a key piece, a guy having a big season for them, Andres Gimenez.
This is an interesting guy to have in the lineup because everyone knows his ability to change the game on the base paths, leading the American League in stolen bases. So it's almost like the fear of what he's going to do when he gets on distracts the pitcher from being able to attack him at the plate. Tell you what, he's in some people's heads right now.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a one. And we're back. And towing the slab, Ricky Tiedemann. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Kerry Carpenter up now for the Tigers. And he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. One away. Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. The home run, a big part of the equation when it comes to this offense, Siggy. They're one of the better clubs in the league. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Puts it away for the out.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Baroa sizing this one up. And that is the inning. All set for the start of the inning. Anthony Santander at the plate. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
2 outs, base is empty. And now Dalton Varsho. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two outs. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Nothing across. Bottom of the inning. Now it's going to be Wenzel Perez. This one in the air, center field. Puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down. And now the catcher comes up to him. Jake Rogers. That's to third. And that's a fair ball.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control. And it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
And next up for the Tigers, Andy Ibanez. On the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a ground ball. And that's just foul. On the ground. And it stays fair. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here's Ramon Laureano.
That's a ball.
And there's a ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
This to third. Dives, but it's off his glove. No throw, and they don't get the out. Colt Heat, the next to hit. Line drive, base hit. 1 run's in. Now the second run is in, and they take a 2-run lead.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. On to the 3rd inning, and now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Now the third baseman, Arjun Nimala. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that's a fair ball. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. 2-1 now. Back up the middle and a base hit. Throw into third. And he's out. So the batting order turns over. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour on the gun. Blue Jays held it. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Spencer Torkelson. Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 3-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate. Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. Wenzel Perez up now for the Tigers. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. 1st and 2nd now with nobody out.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle.
Now this one gets through. Torres rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 4-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on the pitch like he did right there.
On its way to the corner. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And up next for Detroit, Andy Ibanez. Back to the top of the Detroit order. Laureano comes up to hit.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Perez, the runner at third. Rogers on second. Ibanez at first. 1 gone. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out. So now here's the DH. Colt Heat. Just missed. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if you're starting in plenty of time to first. Inning ends. Back here in Detroit, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Stuart Baroa. Swing, and he breaks his back. Joe hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Going to have a little more discipline in future at bats. That pitch looked good, but you can't hit it. It was just too high in the zone. You usually see a swing and miss or weak contact in the infield.
One out, bases empty.
Well, a big lead like this is comfortable many times, but not when these two teams are matching up. You got to continue to keep your head down, play catch with that catcher, and just try to move through this lineup.
And here is Anthony Santander. The 1-2. Tap dances out of the way of that one. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Rogers collects, fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Zach Jackson taking over on the mound.
Well, he's got electric stuff coming out of the pen. His strikeout rate, though, is through the roof so far this season.
1-2.
Hard hit left side. Bichette whips it to first. One up, one down. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Torkelson was recently in the All-Star game for the first time. A nice career achievement. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Gleyber Torres up to hit.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just in.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Heck. 1-2's the count.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they...
This one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second, and he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. One out, and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Out on the drop, 3rd strike, 2 gone. And the runner holds.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
That one ripped right center field. This one looks like trouble. The run comes in from second. It's 5-1.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. That one is absolutely belted, and it looks like trouble. The run comes in to score from second. It's 5-2.
Comes through with the RBI. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Now, Andres Jimenez. And that'll fall for a base hit. Doesn't stop. Heads for home. The throw's offline. He's safe. And it's now a 2-run game. Stuart Baroa next up for the Blue Jays. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1-2's the count.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth, and taking over on the mound, Tommy Nance.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
And the right-hander deals. And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Kirk settles under it. Hauls it in for the out. Here's the catcher, Jake Rogers. Line drive, and it stays fair.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Jimenez tossed to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Andy Ibanez up now for the Tigers. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and foul ball. Sweeney leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. Back at Comerica Park, and now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss as he was late. Activity in the bullpen for Detroit. Will Vest getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Foley also throwing. Now he breaks his bat. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Anthony Santander. Strike 2. The Tigers up by 2, and we're in the top half of the 6th. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Torkelson snags it for the second out.
Ball's just not carrying the first tonight.
New arm out of the bullpen, Brant Herter.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Outside low, and a count 2-1.
2 balls, 1
2
strike.
outs, base is empty. And that is out of play. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Tigers. New pitcher now for the Jays, Eric Swanson.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out. Colt Keith digs in now. Fly ball down the line. Schneider makes the grab for the second out. 2 down, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Kerry Carp. It's in and out of his glove. Still fires to first. Misplay doesn't cost him. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Got him. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Torkelson makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Arjun Nimala getting ready to hit.
Now batting, number 18.
These 2 offenses can put up runs in a hurry. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So they go. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Ryan Burr.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
1-2's the count.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
One down, base is empty. That's ripped, base hit. Wenzel Perez now at the plate. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1-2's the count.
Torres, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Struck him out looking. And next to hit for Detroit, Jake Rogers. Pitch misses. 3-2 now.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
First and second, 2 outs. Sweeney will hit next. First and second, 2 down. Here the bottom of the 7th. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Will Vest.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Down the line. And that drops foul.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
This one high in the air to left center. Carpenter makes the grab. And there's one down. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Ripped to third. Tosses to first. And there are 2 down.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
That's a ball. 2-1.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. In the air, left field, down the line. He's got it, and that'll do it. Staying in the game on defense, Addison Barger. He'll be the new right fielder after entering as a pinch hitter. Here's the third baseman, Andy Ibanez. Swing and a miss. Going to count 1-2. And delivers outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 1 gone at the bottom of the 8th. And now the right fielder, Ramon Laureano.
2-2.
And it remains 2-2. 1 down, base is empty. This one in the air, right field. Tracks it down for the out. 2 down. Colt Keith up now for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2. And down on strikes. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Down in order go the Tigers. And it remains. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Alex Lang.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
1-2 is the count.
And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Now it's the DH, Anthony Santander. The 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. That's back. And it's into the bullpen for a homer. His 33rd homer of the year. It's 5-4.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. A hard sinker can be a pretty tough pitch because of the late life and movement, but somehow he got the barrel to that pitch, stayed through it. Really nice job of staying on the backside until it was time to transfer that weight, and a really nice home run.
Into the outfield, base hit. And that puts the tying run on base. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. On the ground to the left. Fair ball. Around second is Bichette. Coming home. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. All tied again, 5-5. Here comes the... And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Jason Foley.
He's averaging more than one hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Swing and a miss. That one at 99. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. Got him! 2 away.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
Got him looking. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Jimmy Garcia.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pin in terms of the matchup.
Got him swinging.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel, make sure you recognize it, try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Here at the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Torres, the next to hit. Next pitch misses way outside.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
Wenzel Perez getting ready to hit. Squirts away a little bit. Tag out, and they cut down the winning run at third.
Wow, that's a tough one. You kind of feel bad for the base runner right there. It's just a brutal mistake. And
swings and misses, struck him out. That's the third out. Back here in Detroit, stepping in, Alejandro Kirk. Man at second. Swing and a miss.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
To the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a hit, but at the end of the day, it's a good at bat, especially when you're playing extra innings.
So now pitch hitter for the Blue Jays, Ernie Clement.
And he's a right-handed bat, but he handles same-side matchups pretty well, so should give him a good at bat right here. Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
With the go-ahead run at third, and here in extra innings. Goes down looking.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And a swing and a miss. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. So remaining in the game defensively, Ernie Clement. He entered the game to pinch hit and now man second base. Angel Bastardo into the... Here's the catcher to hit, Jake Rogers. And a swing and a miss.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and...
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And next up for the Tigers, Trey Sweeney. The winning run on second base. Swing and a pop-up. Grabs it on the run. And there's two away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
That's ripped into the outfield. Brings it in. And that is the third out of the inning. Back now, we're in extras. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. And strike two.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
To the right side, dives and keeps it on the infield. Gathers and throws. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Here comes Anthony Santander in a big spot. Late with the swing there.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. So he needed a strikeout there, and he got it. And now we'll see how they play it defensively.
Yeah, now they can move the middle infielders back a little bit, get into double play depth, and look for a ground ball and roll it up, get a big double play, get out of this inning. I tell you what, that was a big strikeout in a spot where they really needed one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two on, 1 out. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It's just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
With the go-ahead run at third, and we're here at the top half of the 11th. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So they strand. ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here's the Tiger leadoff man, Ramon Laureano. Lifted in the air, right center field. Varsho after it. He's got it. Runner tags at second. And he's in safely at third with one out. Colt Keith up now for the Tigers. Yeah, that's fouled off.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on
line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Across is the winning run, and the Tigers walk it off in the 11th.
So exciting to see a team walk it off. Not so much fun if you're on the other side, but what a great way to win. This team is celebrating, and this win is well deserved.
Six-5 the final here today. A one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. Today, our focus is on a team that's been absolutely tearing it up at the plate, Singy.
Yeah, you got that right, Boog. This lineup has been a nightmare for opposing pitchers, and everyone is contributing. Eager to see if that carries over.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. So here's the lefty, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, I want to see how he handles left-handed hitters in this lineup today, because coming in, lefties are batting over 300 on the year against him. So he's going to have to figure something out to get inside, keep them from getting their arms extended, and then once conscious of the inside pitch, be able to go with something away and finish them off.
Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. That's to third. Young on the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play. So up next for Toronto, Arjun Nimala. 1 out, base is empty. And a swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
2 strikes.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The 1-1 is fouled off.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Ground ball up the middle. And it gets by him. So a man aboard, Anthony Santander at the plate. That one finds the zone. Now 3-2. Guerrero off of first with 2 away. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And we're back. And pitching in this game, Bowden Francis. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes.
And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone. He sends it out of here. Home run number 10 on the year. And it gives him the lead in the first. It's 2-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park.
Here's Gleyber Torres. And a base hit right there. Just kind of sliced that one into center. And next will be the Tiger cleanup hitter, Colt Keith. In the dirt, but kept close.
2 strikes.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in game 3 of this 4-game series.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do.
There's a swing and a drive. Bangs off the wall. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. He'll score easily, and they lead by 3.
Really nice job with 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch. And right off the bat, he knew he was taking that wide turn at first to head for second.
Fires over to Guerrero. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Down the third baseman, Jace Young. The 1-1 is fouled off. Keith, the runner at second with 1 away. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Popped up. Rushing. Gets under it. And there are 2 outs. And here's the first baseman, Andy Ibanez. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started, and now it's Dalton Varsho. And right back to the mound. On to first, and a quick out, number 1. Nathan Lucas digs in now. 1 down, base is empty. Up the middle. And that chance handled. He's in there.
Not every base hit is a liner into the gap. Just like not every strikeout's a perfect slider down and away. I mean, right there, he just put the ball in play on the ground and gave it his all to get down to first for the knock.
Up the middle, sneaks through, base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Couple of singles back to back. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Grounder might be 2. Baez to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Tigers 3 and the Jays nothing. Back at Comerica Park. And the batter now, Ryan Serven. And that's downstairs. 2-1. Two of the most potent offenses in the game squaring off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top. And that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Here's Ramon Laureano. Swings and misses. 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Smoked on the ground to second. Jimenez throw to first. And it's a 1-2-3. All set for the start of the inning. And here's the catcher, Dalton Rushing. That one the other way. Makes the grab, 1 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Baez fires over to first. And a couple of quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. And next for Toronto, Arjun Nimala. Line drive, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So 1 hit is all. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year. Out towards right center field. And there's 1 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And the count is 3-1. Swing and a miss. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Wenzel Perez up now for the Tigers. This one popped up. And that ends the inning. So no. Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season. The 1-1. Foul ball. Stays alive. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Base hit. So he battled through a long at bat and earned himself a hit.
But when you see that many pitches in an at bat, your chances of succeeding go up, and right there we see the result.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. In the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Santander aboard here at first with nobody out. On the ground right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Nathan Lucas will hit next. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Rolled to short, possible 2 ball. Over to Torres. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Perez makes the play, and that's the 3rd out. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Hit on the ground to the right side. Takes it himself. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Andy Ibanez now at the plate. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Brian Serven. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. No runs, no hits. The why to kick the pitch. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boog. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck usually runs out.
He makes the grab, and there's one away. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Andres Jimenez. In the air, left field, down the line, and that is foul. Clement over at first with one away. The other way. Young over to second, over to first, safe. Arjun Nimala next up for the Blue Jays. There goes the runner. Ball misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield.
Well, he's under it to make the catch in center. And we're back. John Shabby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. Javier Baez. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Laureano comes up to hit. Out to short. Fires over to Guerrero. And Laureano is retired. 2 down, base is empty. Parker Meadows, the next to hit. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
And he hits a ground ball right side to first, and the Tigers retired 1-2-3. Back here in Detroit, all set for the top of the sixth. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. One down, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Laureano hauls it in, and there's two away. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
So hard to touch. I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. Zach Jackson gets the call from the pen.
Coming on to face a righty here, and he's been fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
Guerrero takes it to the bag. One away, bottom of the sixth. Colt Keith getting ready to hit. Popped up. Clement hauls it in, two away. And up next for Detroit, Wenzel Perez. Two outs, base is empty. Now that's smacked to right center. And there's a hit. Jace Young will hit next. Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends. Top of inning number 7. And now for the Jays, Nathan Lucas.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Here's a 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a...
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the... Tommy Nance on to pitch out of the pen here. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one missed. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And now it's even up.
2-2 the count.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
On the ground right side, and that's just foul. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the 7th.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Alex Lang.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. The 2-1. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order. So up next, Andres Jimenez. Now a slow roller to second. Torres gets it to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Got him swinging.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
That's a hit. Coming home. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Nice line drive to the pole.
So they turn to their closer, Jason Foley.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
And now, Anthony Santander. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Tying run at the plate. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Handcuffed him with that slider. Third out, and that ends the frame. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and this is now a 3-1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Chad Green.
And he's been fantastic this year, really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
Varsho makes the grab, 1 down. Now it's the right fielder, Ramon Laureano. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a line drive ripped right center field, and that's a base hit. One gone, runner at first. Now the number 2 hitter, Parker Meadows.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back. And that one is off the wall. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. But it's offline. And they're up by 3.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
One down, runner at third. Here comes Gleyber Torres. On the ground, right side. The throw to first. And Gleyber Torres retired. And now the DH, Colt Keith. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And the inning is over. Detroit with the RBI triple. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays. Back at Comerica Park, we go to the 9th. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. That's towards center. Meadows under it. Hauls it in for the out. He's 2 outs away. Nathan Lucas digs in now. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Now the left fielder, Addison Barger. Swing and a miss. And the runner stays where he is. So it's their last chance in this one. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Foley is just one strike away. And that one gets past the catcher. Serving down to first. In time, ball game. And the strikeout ends it.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out.
From the home of the Tigers since 2000, Comerica Park here in the Motor City. We're ready for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. Well, Singy's trying to match the stellar performance by yesterday's starter. Looking forward to seeing what he's got today.
His teammate was lights out, Boog, in total command all game long. If he brings that same...
First pitch coming your way next. Just about to get started, and on the hill, Jack Flaherty. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
And it drops in. So a man on base to start the inning. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Stuart Baroa. Swing at a high fly ball. That's out to center. Makes the catch for the out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Jimenez stands at first with one out. Swing and a foul out of play. Runner on the go. Got him swinging. Throw to second. Save. He reaches 40 stolen bases on the season with that bag. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And next is the designated hitter, Anthony Santander. And that's outside. Hard hit right side. Torres over to first. Out number 3. And we're back. And getting to start, Kevin Gausman. Chris, his strikeout rate this year among the best all time.
He's truly one of the elite strikeout pitchers in the league. I mean, strikeouts per 9 off the chart. So the opposing team, they know they have their work cut out for them anytime they're facing this guy or a guy like this that's going to get the swings and misses. Pretty much in a class of his own when it comes to that category.
Next is the designated hitter, Colt Keith. The 2-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
2-2 the count.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. 3 down for Detroit. We played an inning. No score. Second inning set to go. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Ripped to right. Puts it away for the out.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way bad.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Going back. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And that one finds its way through. And that keeps the inning alive. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And a swing and a miss there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Spencer Torkelson. And he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit. And the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Swing and a ground ball. And Gleyber Torres retired. And now the catcher comes up to him. Jake Rogers. Right side. Guerrero. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here in Detroit, top half of the 3rd inning. And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. Popped in the air. Left field. Ibanez pulls it down. One up, one down. So the lineup flips over. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. And he grounds one to the right side. Collected by Torres. Throw to first in time. And now the right fielder, Stuart Baroa. Swing and a miss. And that is strike two. Top of the third, no score. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Down in order. Welcome back. And take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers.
2-2 to count.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Trey Sweeney up now for the Tigers. Double play ball to second. Glove flip for one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Andy Ibanez up now for the Tigers. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Schneider puts it away. It's that time of the season. Let's check out some notable trade candidates. And that one pulled foul. That smash towards center. Brings it in. And there's one down. Anthony Santander at the plate. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
So 2 down now, and here is Bo Bichette. And now 1-2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
On the ground to third. Finds its way through, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now batting, left
Davis
fielder,
Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. The pitch. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. First and second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Blue Jays leave a pair. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year. That one fouled off. 2-2. And a ground ball to first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw. The flip to the pitcher is late, and they can't get the out. And next to hit for Detroit, Kerry Carpenter.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit. And
swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And next will be the Tiger cleanup hitter, Spencer Torkelson. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound. But, you know, his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this. But he's going to have to buckle down right here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. Here's the catcher, Jake Rogers. Breaking ball in there for a strike. First and second, 2 down. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Lucas settles under this one. Drops into the glove, and the inning. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. In the air, right side. Carpenter makes the grab, and there's one down. These two offenses can put up runs in a hurry. Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. 1 out. Base is empty. Ground ball right side. Slings to first in time. So the batting order turns over. Here's Andres Jimenez. That missed by a lot. 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. On the ground. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and the defense comes away with nothing. Go ahead, run on base. Now here is Stuart Baroa. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, save. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner in a scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
And that is that. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. He's there. He's got it. 1 away.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Swing and a ground ball. Jimenez. And that quickly 2 away. Here's the left fielder, Andy Ibanez. And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Tigers. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Out to short. Handles, throws to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. And a swing and a miss. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Out to center, Meadows. And that is that. So another. Back at Comerica Park, bottom of the 6th inning, and the batter now out towards right center. That's well struck, and that one hops the wall. Now around second, going for third, and he's got a leadoff triple.
Everything came together for him. Really nice job to take that inside pitch and pull it into the gap. He could have easily spun off of it or just been tied up. He stayed short to the baseball, and he was thinking triple.
Right side, hard hit. That's out number 1, and a run comes in to score. And next up for the Tigers, Kerry Carpenter. And it's fouled away. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Lucas pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit, Spencer Torkelson. Swing and a miss. And the count 4-2. And a superb diving catch.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Andrew Chafin.
Coming on to face a righty bat, and they've had quite a bit of success against him this year.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Tigers bullpen with some action. Grant Herter, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. Lang getting cranked up as well. He's got it. And there's one away.
Man, that's so frustrating. You hit the ball hard. You understand the situation. You want to get on base and try to score that tying run, but no reward right there, and just going to have to sit on it.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And the tying run is on base.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Torkelson. There's one. Double play. They can't seem to break through. And we're back. Here is Gleyber Torres. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Notice how they're swinging too early or too late? That's a timing problem. They need to guess right on a few of those pitches, and I mean make an educated guess.
One down, base is empty. Hard hit to third. Clement over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. They're swing.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. So the Tigers get a new arm from the pen, Grant Herter.
50th time he's come into a game this year. He's been relied on out of the pen quite a bit.
Hit weakly on the ground towards second. Torres throws to first in time. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Stuart Baroa, the next to hit. One down, base is empty. Gets the outside corner with that one. Movement in the bullpen. Jason Foley getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Swing and a ball popped up. And it falls. And that puts the tying run on base.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating.
Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
And Guerrero is set down.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. So the tying run at second, falling behind 2-1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Popped up. Rogers in position. Squeezes it. And that's the third out. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Eric Swanson.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And it's even up. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and foul ball. Foul tip, but he hangs on for strike 3.
Now, this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
High fly ball, shallow right field. Baroa makes the grab. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. And up next for Detroit, Parker Meadows.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Now a screamer into the outfield. And a base hit right there. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Now it's the DH, Colt Keith. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
This might be a...
There goes the runner. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again to the right side. Safe at first as they can't make the play. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. And next to hit for Detroit, Kerry Carpenter. That pitch gets the inside corner. And that's strike two. Swing and a ball ripped right field. And that one back. And that one is gone. He flexes his power with that swing. Homer number 25 of the year. And they boost their lead. It's 4-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 2 gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that extends the inning. Gleyber Torres up to the plate. Swings through that one for strike 2. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
First and second, 2 outs. And now Jake Rogers. Torkelson, the lead runner, out at second. Torres on at first with 2 down. Bichette brings it in, and that is that. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started, and now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. That one ripped left field. Onto the bullpen roof and gone. See ya. He made him pay for that one. That's his 99th career homer, and they cut into the lead. It's 4-1.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle.
Here comes the closer here in the 9th, Jason Foley. He comes in with a chance for his 2nd save of the season. And here is Davis Schneider. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. 1-2. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
Carpenter makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. He's got it, and there's 2 away. One out left for the Blue Jays. Here's the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and that'll do it. 4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us for the Game of the Week. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Today we've got two teams with a lot of history, but it's traditionally been a one-sided matchup, Singy.
Yeah, they've certainly had the upper hand.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now, and towing the slab here, Grayson Rodriguez. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
So up next for Toronto, Stuart Baroa. Line drive to short and caught. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think he
whips it to Mountcastle, and Guerrero is back here in Baltimore. And today's starter, Max Scherzer. And as usual with him, Singy, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so expect to see more of the same in this one.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Cut on and miss, struck him out. Now one away. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And it's caught for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Colton Cowser now at the plate. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves jog.
They get the force. That's out number 3. All set for the start of the inning. Anthony Santander at the plate. Smoked on the ground a second. Whips it to Mountcastle. 1 up, 1 down. Bo Bichette up to the dish. 1 down, base is empty. That's out to center field. Mateo racing over to make the catch.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done.
Well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westberg. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fly ball to right. Baroa makes the play. 1 up, 1 down. Next to hit, Kobe Mayo. Swung on, belted. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Around first, digging for 2. The relay to second, and that's a 2-bagger.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
1 ball,
1-2 now.
2 strikes.
It's a strikeout. Second of the game for Mad Max. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Ryan Mountcastle getting ready to hit. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
As he was out front that time. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Schneider settles underneath it, nabs it, and that is that. The 1-1 is fouled off. Comebacker to the mound. Over to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays, singing he's never finished the season with more stolen bases in his entire career. Strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-2.
Oh, and you can throw that big curve on the inside part of the plate. Very difficult pitch for the hitter to get on plane with. You can have a lot of success if you can pitch in that location.
Got him swinging. That K is his third of the game. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. 9. And we're back. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Michael A. Taylor. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Checks his swing. Now it appeal to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Jorge Mateo now. And a pop-up. Right side. Foul territory. Kirk makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Now it's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for him there. On to inning number 4. No score. Back now at Oriole Park. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And set to lead off the 4th, Andres Jimenez. In the air, left field, down the line, and that will drop foul. And a 1-2. Oh, he botches it. Still able to fire over. Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him.
Wise to just eat that. Otherwise, you risk throwing it into the dugout.
Go ahead run on base. Baroa will hit next. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And it's into the gap. Relay throw in there safely.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
You know, Boog, you often think of sliders more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones
calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Drops into the glove. Runners tag up from second and third. The tag gets him, and it's a double. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. In the air, right field. Baroa snags it, and there's one down. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Colton Cowser. Swings through that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Clement settles under it and makes the catch. 2 away. Jordan Westberg digs in now. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Scherzer gets the punch out. And good work there as he gets a. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Here's a 1-1. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning. So digging in, Davis Schneider. Ground ball right side, could be two. Tosses to first, one away here in the fifth.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at-bat.
Now this is in the air down the line. And no one could get to it. It's a foul ball. Got him. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Now, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance to make the contact with that pitch.
He's got it, and that's the third out. For Toronto, still no score. Taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season. And that one sliced foul. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Popped up on the left side of the infield. Clement hauls it in for the out. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. And a big swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
2-2 the count.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Top 6. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez. And that's downstairs and outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that's in the dirt. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. He's got it. And there's 1 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Stuart Baroa next up for the Blue Jays. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Throw over to first.
He's good.
With the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. And safe. It's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. And the pitch. In the air, left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's some real power at the plate. Anthony Santander. First and second, 2 outs. And the batter will be the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Ground ball left side. Zips it across, and Bichette is retired. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Scherzer gets the punch out. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. Back to the top of the lineup, and next for the Orioles, Jorge Mateo. So now 1-2. To the right side, into the outfield, base hit. And they had their first hit since the second inning. Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Mateo runs. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. In the air, center field. Varsho gets there, he's under it. Squeezes it, and that's the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the seventh, and now it's Dalton Varsho. And that one hit to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Timing issues can snowball quickly, and that's what we're witnessing here. This lineup's inability to lock onto the pitcher's delivery is causing a few awkward swings.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Keegan Aiken, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Cano also getting ready. Got him looking. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
It's almost like he's telling the guys in the bullpen.
Keegan Aiken will take over here.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
Line drive, base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw to second, and he's safe.
Now the go-ahead run's in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late. You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far, so why not try to put some pressure on them and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Puts it in the air out towards left center and makes the grab, and that'll do it. Back here in Baltimore, bottom of the seventh. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Colton Cowser. And a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
He was all over that one. That could be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
There's one. Out. Back to first, and that is a double play. So now here's the DH, Kobe Mayo. Ground ball right side, and that one handled. Throws to first. An acrobatic play to end. Ready to begin the eighth. Here's Andres Jimenez. And a count 1-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Got it! And one out now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Runner on the go. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 2 down. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. Step off throw to first. Jimenez dives back in safely. And that is cut on and missed. That is strike two. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Ripped on the ground to second. Quips it to Mountcastle. That's the third out. So welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Headed down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. That misses. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That's his 9th strikeout so far. And now the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. Scherzer deals. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. Now a move being made for a pinch hitter, Ryan O'Hearn.
Well, they're going with the lefty bat here, Boog, trying to improve that matchup for a very important at bat in this game.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
And that'll get down for a hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order. And now the center fielder, Jorge Mateo. Swing and a chopper. Jimenez. Off balance throw in time. And that is the inning. Totally dominant on the mound as he's through 8 without surrendering a run. And we still staying in the game on defense, Ryan O'Hearn. He'll be the new left fielder after entering the game as a pinch hitter. So digging in, Bo Bichette. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And there's one away. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. And now they're out in front. It's 1-0.
You're not going to be able to wipe the smile off his face for a while, Boog. He just changed the game. That pitch looked like the splitter, but normally doesn't stay that high in the zone. The bottom falls out, at least to bring it around belt level, but that one just stayed up. And with that kind of velocity, it's going to get hit really hard, as it did right there.
And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Cionel Perez is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Kittredge, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there, and it gets into the corner, but it's foul. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. In the air, right field, pretty well struck, and it hits the fence. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in, and he'll pull into second safely.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Henderson over to first in time. And they get the out. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. The 1-1 is upstairs. Now 2 balls and a strike. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen, so hard to play catch-up.
Fires across the diamond, and that is that. And some late inning drama here in the ninth as this homer gives them the lead. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
One-run game, bottom 9. And that's off the inside edge. Now 2-2. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that right there could end up being a big walk in this game. He's certainly a threat on the bases, especially with them looking to tie this thing up.
Clement. And out number 1 on the grab. He's 2 outs away. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a bouncer towards third. And that's a foul ball.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base. But this isn't a catcher you want.
Rick back to the mound, and that got him. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the right-hander. Hope he's all right. So up next, Jordan Westburg. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And the Orioles down to their final out. Now here's the Orioles DH, Kobe Mayo.
He hasn't played like a rookie this year, that's for sure. I questioned if his power would translate right away, but he's been blasting home runs since he got here.
2 outs. Both the tying and winning runs are on. Got him! And that's the ball game. The final 1-0. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to go. Starting on the mound in this one, Dean Kramer. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boog, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
So digging in, Stuart Baroa. Popped up left side. Henderson puts it away for the out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Chopper to second. McKinstry in plenty of time to first. Third out. And we're back. Towing the slab in today's game, Chris Bassett. What do we have on him?
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
And into the box for Baltimore, Zach McKinstry.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Not in time. He's safe. Man at second. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, not much you can argue with there as a hitter. That pitch was dotted on the inside corner of the plate. I think even if he swings the bat, it blows him up and not really able to do anything with it anyhow. I think if you see that early, then perhaps you can pull those hands a little bit tighter and get the fat part of the bat to it. But I'd say overall, you just have to tip your cap on that one. Great execution.
Time now to take a look at the Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hyde. In that leadoff spot, a guy they're looking to get going, Cedric Mullins.
Well, right-handed pitching has been a real challenge for him so far this season. You know, he's just not showing much consistency in those at-bats. Clearly, he's getting a shot to change.
That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. Top of the second, and now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Anthony Santander. Here's a high chopper. Henderson whips it to first. One out in the second. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Second inning here. No score. On the ground to short. Henderson sends it to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. Dalton Varsho the next to hit. The wind and the pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. Ground ball to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing. Bottom of the second. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. O'Hearn working through some struggles lately. Here's a 1-2. That one out to right. That gets down for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Backdoor breaking ball, and he did go the other way with it like you might think, but he put a good swing on it, squared it up nicely.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Base knock and now a free pass. This has the makings of a big inning if they can get a couple more quality at bats.
Now a chance for Kobe Mayo. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Late cutting action to get the swing and miss right there. I mean, that's just really hard to account for as a hitter when you're seeing the fastball all the way and then just at the last moment it darts away from you and you can't reach it.
Runners at first and second with one gone here in the second game of the series. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. So next to hit for Baltimore, Heston Kjerstad swings and misses.
One ball,
that's strike two.
strikes.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
On to the third inning, and now for the Jays, Addison Barger. The 1-1 is fouled off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Struck him out without a swing. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Right through there for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Mullins makes the grab, and there's 2 down. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Kjerstad pulls that one down, and that is that. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. That's a little bit low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Zach McKinstry, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that one hammered. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles, and a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side, and that chance handled. Throws to first in time. That ends the inning. 1 left for the Orioles, and we're still knotted at 0. Back now at Oriole Park, here's Andres Gimenez. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Next offering misses down and away. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out at a splitter.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This one in the air. O'Hearn. They got it for out number 2. Anthony Santander at the plate.
Runner, yes,
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. That one to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th, and into the box for Baltimore, Ryan O'Hearn. This to third. Fires over to Guerrero. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Jordan Westburg now at the plate. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball right side. It squirts through.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
First and second, 1 out. Guerrero over to Bichette.
He's out.
Back to the pitcher covering. It's a double play. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Out to short. A dive. He's got it. Fires to first, and that's a great play for the out. Jorge Mateo coming into the game now as the injury replacement. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Late on that fastball.
The baseball's coming out of his hand very well. He's been able to paint all 4 corners, but really good ride at the top of the zone. Hitters have to respect that.
That one ripped. Cowser, long run on his horse. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. 1 out. Runner at second. Barker getting ready to hit. Now a check on him at second. Back safely.
You know, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release play.
Mullins sizes this one up, and there's 2 down. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And now Ernie Clement. That's to third. Boots it. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Varsho on third. Clement at first. 2 out of the inning. Base hit into right center. And they'll score first. It's 1-0. There comes the throw. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Andres Jimenez, the next to hit. That one is absolutely belted. And it is gone. He'll take a trot around the bases. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 4-0.
He really needed that swing. He hasn't been getting a ton of results at the plate lately, so I'm sure that one felt especially good. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Andrew Kittredge.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
So 2 down. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Stuart Baroa. Ripped to short. Zips it to first. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But 4 runs score in the inning. 3 coming right here on the 3-run homer. It's now. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So the lineup flips over, and now it's going to be Cedric Mullins. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you were doing well or you were struggling. And then the way that they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place to play, and I'd say it's got to be one of the top places in all of baseball.
Good job to fight that one off. Bases loaded, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. And a swing and a miss. Picks up strikeout number 7. Now here is Colton Cowser. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. Two down. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. So 2 down now, and here is Ryan O'Hearn. Next offering is in for a strike.
Love how the guy out there in the mound did not panic after loading the bases. Went right to work, got 2 quick outs, and he's got to bear down just to get one more and get out of this inning.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Kerstead at third. Mullins over at second. McKinstry on at first with 2 down. Base hit, 1 run in already. Now 2 runs score. It's 4-2.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it.
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. All set for the top of the 6th. And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Way out front for strike 2. Activity in the bullpen. Gregory Soto is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Perez, the power lefty, up as well. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. See you later. He'll circle the bases. His 21st of the year, and they add a run. It's 5-2.
Man, he looks like his dad out there hitting home runs. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
And now Anthony Santander drilled out towards left center field. That's back there. And he brings it into the warning track. Now at the plate, Bo Bichette. Swing and a chopper out to short. And Bichette is retired.
Oh, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball out to short. On to O'Hearn. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Zach Jackson.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Lifted in the air, right field. Baroa makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Here's Adley Rutschman. 1 down, base is empty. Line drive, and that's a base hit.
Right there, he does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Heston Kjerstad, the next to hit for the Orioles. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And a swing and a miss. And now 2 gone.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle.
And there's the 3rd out. That'll do it for the inning. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Gregory Soto. He last pitched 2 days ago. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Base hit center field. And the leadoff man aboard.
All over that one right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in.
McKinstry tossed to second, throw to first, but he beat it.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Now the catcher up to hit, Alejandro Kirk. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. Man at first, 1 away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. Certainly a factor in this one thanks to his 3-run blast back in the 5th.
Well, definitely one of the most impactful swings of the game. A big reason why they're working with the lead and looking to add to it right here, Boog.
Swing and a ground ball. They take the force out, and that is the inning. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Burr hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. That one lifted to left. Barger makes the catch. 1 down. And next for the Orioles, Jorge Mateo. Fly ball center field. Varsho. 2 away now. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Hit in the air left field. Barger right there to make the grab. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Cionel Perez. And this is appearance number 45. On a line, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now back, first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
strike two. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Yennier Cano, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. He goes down looking.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Perez throws to first. Baroa back in on a dive. Bichette needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues. 2 outs. And that misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than...
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
And that one is in the dirt. And that's ball 3. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Pulls it in on the run. And that'll do it. Blue Jays held. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Jimmy Garcia.
Well, the ERA tells you pretty much all you need to know.
1 ball,
Under
2
1.
strikes.
He's been fantastic coming out of the pen.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call. So next to hit for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Well, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Nothing doing this time around for the O's, and the deficit remains 5-2. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Keegan Aiken.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And now it's even up. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Albert Suarez appears to be getting loose. Morton getting loose as well. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. That one misses.
Nope.
So a leadoff walk.
Looked like a questionable call in that spot. He even seemed a little surprised it went his way at the plate. But as a hitter, you'll take that all day.
There goes the runner. And there's a foul ball. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Nobody out. Runner at first. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And it falls. And out to aboard. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. The 1-1 is fouled off. Hit on the ground to short. Mateo on the run, throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. That's down and in.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
And Captain Kirk goes down on strikes.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Yennier Cano gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Ball to strike. Dives and he can't hang on. The run scores from third, and it's an RBI single, and they're up by 4. And now for the Jays, Stuart Baroa. That's to third, Westberg. The throw to second is offline. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that's through there for a strike. And the count is 1-2. That misses off the outside edge.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
So Vladdy Jr. strikes out. So 2 runs. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Got him swinging.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Ripped on a line. And foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now only 1 out remaining. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. And there's the strike. Hoffman is just 1 strike away. 2 out, space is empty. Lifted in the air down the left side. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in. Tag. Got him. And that's the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families. And that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show brings you the game of the week. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Well, Singy, all eyes on him today after his incredible performance in the last one.
Yeah, Boog, that was one of the best hitting displays I've seen in a while. My man was in the zone. He's able to carry that momentum over.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. Pitching in our game today, Tyler Wells. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
Well, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here. And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it. And I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out and one away. Arjun Nimala now at the plate. Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first. 2 away here in the top of the first. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers. So we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and the reason why he gives up those homers is that guys are locking in, they're aggressive, and they have a high confidence level. So I think if that's the approach these hitters take, with the stuff he's got there on the mound, yeah, there's a good chance that there'll be some balls that fly a long way. But you can't get too big in your swing.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. Back here with my pal Singy, and our starting pitcher here today, Ricky Tiedemann. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
2 strikes.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think.
Off balance feed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. And into the box for Baltimore, Zach McKinstry. Man at first, 1 away. Next pitch is outside.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way.
Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out there. And the second inning set to go. Anthony Santander at the plate. Right side, hard hit. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. Bo Bichette up to the dish. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Right through there, got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Swing and a foul straight back. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Davis Schneider digs in now. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on them and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 hit, 1 left. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Colton Cowser. And that one fouled off.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
This one popped up. Bichette hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Batting fifth, catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Here's Adley Rutschman. 1 out, base is empty. Short hop liner, handled it short, and they get the out.
Batting sixth, third baseman,
Jordan Westburg getting ready to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Hit in the air, left field, Schneider. He's got it, and that is out number 3. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Alejandro Kirk.
This one popped up, foul ground, first base side. Mountcastle hauls it in, and there's one away. Stuart Baroa next up for the Blue Jays. Gonna count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
So there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him off. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
Up the middle, McKinstry fires over to first, and it's a 1-2-3. Taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season. Fouled off left side. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one the other way. Makes the catch for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
1 down, base is empty. And that wasn't even close. Ball 4.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted it.
Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team. Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide...
Fires over to Guerrero. And that will... It's that time of the season. Let's check out some notable trade candidates. Up the middle, Mateo. The throw to first, and a quick out, number 1. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Hit in the air, right field. Kowser pulls it down, and he makes the catch. That's out number 2. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. The pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
2 down, nobody on. High fly ball out into left center field. Kerstead. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers. And that is out of play. Cut on and lifted in the air. Bichette on the move. Hauls it in for the out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that drops foul. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Got him. And there's 2 down.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball, pitch after pitch in that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
Out to short, Bichette. Slings to first, and the Orioles set down in order. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. And that one in the air center field. Makes the grab, 1 away. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. And that one is lifted in the air. Taylor. And there are 2 down. And here is Davis Schneider. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. And we're back. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. Adley Rutschman up the middle. High throw to first, and he can't reach it. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. Runner in scoring position. No outs. Digging in, Jordan Westburg. And there's 1 away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
1 out and a runner at second. Hard liner. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Stepping in, Heston Kjerstad.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
Doubled up on the slider away. 2-seamer here. Just watch and see.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Pretty well struck. And that one hops the wall. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Baroa makes a nice running catch. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
On the ground, a short could be 2. McKinstry to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Here's Andres Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you...
Runner goes again. In the dirt. No throw. He steals third easily. And the tying run is now only 90 feet away. And he hits a ground ball right side. Mateo sends it to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in. Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Right side. Mateo to first. Third out, and that ends the frame. And a 2-1 hammered but foul. That one missed.
3-2.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Now that's a really dangerous base runner to put on first, especially in a tie game. Now there might be some consequences coming from that mistake. With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Makes the grab, and there's 1 down. Now it's the shortstop, Zach McKinstry. Swings through that.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Colton Cowser. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Mateo runs. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Schneider makes the play. That is the back now at Oriole Park, top of inning number 7, and now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now a fly ball to right center. Taylor on the move to the gap. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down. Anthony Santander will hit next. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they had the lead. He hammers one out to center. And they jump out front. It's 2-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest.
On the mound now, Andrew Kittredge.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now, Bo Bichette. Hit on the ground to short. McKinstry slings it across, and Bichette is retired. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the top half of inning number 7. The 1-1 is fouled off. Struck him out looking. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Looking to get the tying run on base. And that's a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
On the ground, right side. Jimenez throw to first. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. And next for the Orioles, Jordan Westburg.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Throws across the diamond, and that quickly 2 away. And now the DH, Kobe Mayo. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the tying run reaches with 2 away. Heston Kjerstad, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. That's ripped to right down the line. And that's a fair ball. In safely with a double, his 2nd of the day.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do with
this one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And that one is gone. A soaring shot to center. Home run number 5 on the season, and they take the lead. It's 4-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the second baseman, Jorge Mateo. Soft contact in the air. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Orioles get 3 on this long ball. It's now 4-2. This is MLB The Show's Game of the Week. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Yennier Cano.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
The 1-1. High in the air, out to right. Cowser. And out number 1 on the grab. Alejandro Kirk now at the plate. One down, base is empty. On the ground to first, Mountcastle. And he takes it himself for the out.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Not close with that one, and the count's even at 2. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Just misses with that one.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Andres Jimenez waiting in the on-deck circle.
They can get him up. He'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
And it hits the base, and that turns the lineup over.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. Just a simple soft liner into center field for the knock right there. Maybe a little bit fooled by the pitch, but he did a good job of staying through it, and that allowed him to fight it off and just get enough behind it.
Breaks his bat and pops it up, and that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Angel Bastardo.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Swings and misses. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea. And now the shortstop, Zach McKinstry. One-two now. That one hit to right. Baroa on his way over. Corrals it. 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Colton Cowser stays alive.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
2 outs, runner at first. And now the switch hitting catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Foul ball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the third baseman, Arjun Nimala. Next offering is fouled back. Goes down looking.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Kerstad sizing this one up, makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. And that's outside.
Pressure mountain right here with the tying run in the on-deck circle. He's got to find the strike zone.
Swing and a miss.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Bautista is just one strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.
And your final 4-2 as the Orioles win this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by the Game of the Week. I'm John Shambi. We'll talk to you soon.
Jr.